So I get asked all the time, Chris, why do you not like index universal life insurance? I got 7 reasons I want to share with you. So reason number 7 that IULs are dangerous is because of the fact that you have to understand the options market. Now, before you buy an IUL, you need to understand how insurance companies use options and ultimately how the impact that it has on the IUL performance, right? And so here's the deal. Let me give you an example. I'm going to break this down really simply. Let's say you have $10,000 inside of your IUL policy. What happens is you have a 4% return. The insurance company knows that you're going to be able to get a 4% return. What they do is they say, okay, we have $400 inside of that account. That is what our options budget is. They're going to take that $400 and they're going to buy options with it. Now, here's the challenge. If the cost of options goes up, because what happens is in volatility, cost of options typically goes up, and IUL companies, the more popular they become, the cost of options becomes more expensive because they've created their own supply and demand issue because the IUL companies are buying more options than anybody else in the world. That's one of the reasons they created these horrible proprietary indexes, is to help reduce those costs, even though they're fictitious kind of results. And so what happens is if the cost of options goes up, this $400 option budget actually buys you fewer options, right? The amount of options that you get goes down. This is one of the reasons, this is the main reason that even though we've been living in the most successful financial decade, the most growth, the greatest boom that the stock market has ever seen, the S&P, the Dow, all of that, we are still seeing a reduction in cap rates. Why is it? It makes no sense on the surface, but when you get into the perspective of understanding options, now you understand how this works. You understand that they have to reduce the cap rates because of the fact that options costs are going through the roof because of the competition, because in 2011 there were 14 companies selling IULs, now there are almost 50, and because of the fact that we have more market volatility, and I think that's only going to get worse. And so you have to be really, really careful. Understand that the overriding premise of IULs, they're not horrible products, but they're not designed to get the returns that they're talking about. And if it was possible, an insurance company, when they're only able to get this 4% return, doesn't it only make common sense that they would leverage and utilize that strategy to be able to get 6% for themselves and not just you? Make sure you follow and subscribe if you want to learn about the other IUL dangers.